Okay, so waiting for the new KZ PR2 or KZ HBB PR2. It is a planar set. If you comment, like, and subscribe below this video, you get a 7 Hz legato. In a future video, I've already got one of those sets coming up, and that is the second one of the two. Moving along nice and briskly. This is a very typical planar. This is a KZ original driver. It's a very good driver. It's got 7 magnet array on either side with the traces on the membrane in the middle. It's very much a traditional, very familiar planar. It's not a hybrid or new type, or it's very traditional and familiar to the eye. It's a very good driver. I mentioned that 6 months ago. I might throw up a picture right now or not, or you can go check out my PR1 video, and I mentioned in the description that I thought it was probably the best driver in the hobby. They just needed to tune it better, and here I am doing a collab. It's $36 to $46. This is the hobby and collaborations working for you, taking stuff like with the Olina that is costing more, like $300, $289, and pushing it down lower because they'll get more volume of sales because of the collaboration, so they can drop the total price and get it back in volume. That's how it works. That's why it gets done. Now, put the border up. This is similar to two sets. One is the Zetianwu by Tangzu. That was $159. This is $110 shaved off of that with what I think is a better driver. And I'll maybe put up some pictures of the drivers because I've opened up all of them. The other one is the KZ PR1 Pro, which is essentially the same driver as this, and that was $80, so we're shaving half of the price off of that. And again, this is the 2022-2023 phenomenon where mid-fi stuff is being pushed down into budget essentially, and they're getting back their profit because of sales volume instead of getting a higher percentage per sale. Now, looking at the frequency response graph, we're looking at the Tangzu Zetianwu, which I had no idea was so similar until somebody yesterday on Hi-Fi Guide said, how do they compare? I pulled up the graphs and thought, from 20 hertz to 6.5 kilohertz, they're virtually identical. As close as you can get, and channel matching like this would be actually impressive. And these are two completely different sets. So with my mic, those two different sets come out almost identical. And that was a set a lot of people liked. The Heyday is a set that is a lot more polite in the bass and the treble, a little bit too polite for some people. Some people love it. Again, that's $199. So we're talking about $150 more than this. That's a substantial increase. So that's the frequency response graph. The bass, mids, treble, and res I'm going to not rate now. I'll let other reviewers do that because everything else I say in this video is going to be extremely tinted and biased. So just listen to it, remember it, come back and visit this video in 6 months and see how it turned out. Like the Olina, go check that video, see how it turned out. There's people wrecking the Olina yesterday on different platforms. Somebody says they got $100, want something that's technically proficient, minimal EQ. What should I get? You know, DD only. Someone's jumping in there saying grab the Olina SE. You're good to go. You're competing with stuff that's much more expensive. That's a regular kind of not shocking comment now. It might have been a year ago, but not today. I think in a year this will be looked at maybe the beginning of the $50 and below range being legit excellent and not having to pay $99 for a planar. Like, this is the beginning of that. The difference is that all of the other sets, Tangzu, Dunu, 7 Hertz, Campfire Audio, all of them are using, because I've opened them all up, except for the Campfire, but I believe it's the same case there because I'm sure he's not making his own planars. They're getting them from Ear Studio, which is, they're all essentially kind of cousins. They're very, very similar. I might throw up a picture. When you take them out of the shell and you look at it, the layers, it's like a layer cake, and you can see it. And then you use a heat gun and you peel layer by layer. Ooh, they're really almost the same exact thing. More often, the difference is the outer containing shell with the inner magnet array and the etched membrane being virtually identical, if not just flat out identical. So to say that a set that's $36 to $46 might be the best planar you can buy, period, would be shocking if not for the fact that it is a single driver set, and what other planar manufacturers are out there and how much are they charging and why are they superior? Questions that make me say, and I would love to see your comments below this video, because if someone says, I want to spend $150 and I don't mind that, what's the planar to get? Is that better than this set? Why? This is, I think, probably the best planar you can get. in any price range, and it's probably mostly because of the fact that all of the other Planars that are in the 80, 90, 150, 200, or the Campfire Audio multi-$100 sets are different because why exactly? This is my Olina argument when I said if you've got a really known driver, you confirmed it's the same driver as the Tanshimo 2, and you put it in another metal shell, how very different is it going to be? And as it turns out, not much. Some people say it's not quite a O2. It's pretty close though. Okay, I think it's no different, but I can get it. I can get it. But now we're talking about something that's a third of the price when it was $289 to $300. And that's why people say, grab that. You can't go wrong with that. Get the SE in case you have moisture issues. That should be fine. Like, this is what that is now in 6 months. Or every company's going to start to develop new planar tech that will compete with this, but then you're winning big time, and I don't feel bad about saying this is the best in April 27, 2023, because I think it probably is. Or I'm really curious to hear what driver people are citing as being better than this. I'm kind of throwing down a gauntlet and saying, kind of bring it on, because I know the planar game, and I know the drivers, and I know how many companies are getting from essentially the same driver maker, and that how similar they are, that I'd be really interested to know which one and which version specifically is the one that is better than this one. And you'll be able to answer that better once you get it in your hands. So let's chat in a few weeks when some people start getting this and ask them to compare it with sets that are more expensive and to be specific with what they find to be superior, if any, with the more expensive sets. Teach me. Help me understand. I'm always learning. I've been in this hobby for a long time. I'd like to know which set is the king of the planar, and why is that? And what driver is that, actually? And where does that driver come from? What other sets use it? Educational purposes. As it sits right now, April 27, 2023, I think it's the PR2. Price be damned, I think it's the best. It's got an efficiency of 94 dB and it's 15 ohm impedance. It's got a price of around $39 to $46. Does great with all of my library. And it doesn't do not great with really anything because it's a great driver. And I just shilled big time. Not sorry, and all of my claims about, hey, bring it, comment below. I honestly want to know, because I've heard them all, and I've opened them all, except the Campfire Audio, and looked at them. And yeah, comment below. And buy it if you want to try it. Or demo it. I don't know where you demo KZ though. And I'm out.